You probably read something online, but you wonder, like, what is really erotic hypnosis? This is such a hard question because it's no one size fits all. If you are involved in the BDSM or erotic hypnosis or even hypnotherapist community, you can read so many different things. So I will just tell you my version of what is erotic hypnosis for me. Erotic hypnosis is a heightened state of awareness where you begin to open your subconscious mind. So you begin to follow the hypnotist or your lover's suggestions, and therefore you begin to feel and amplify pleasure in your mind and in your body. Because we know that actually the brain is the biggest sex organ. So even if you are a man or a woman, you can experience hands-free orgasm or even multiple orgasms just by the words. So kind of like speaking the hypnotic love language will get you into the mood. So for me, erotic hypnosis is the heightened sense of awareness, the way that we are using hypnotic language and we are conditioning the other person into more pleasure. Also, probably you wonder, like, what if, okay, erotic hypnosis, that you want to try it maybe with your lover or with yourself. If you don't have anybody, don't worry. You can always use the mirror. So that's like a great way you can actually self-hypnotize yourself into being more pleasurable and more successful or anything that you desire. So let's say you want to practice erotic hypnosis with yourself or with your lover or partners if you are in a polyamorous relationship. So you are there, you are preparing for that. The first thing is always to set the scene. Talk about the boundaries. What is a yes? What is a no? What is a maybe? Usually maybes, they are no's. So get clear on what do you want to achieve? What is the intention for this practice? And then once you have the intention, set up the scene. So generally it's good to have somewhere like 30 minutes to 1 hour where you are really undisturbed. There is no kids, no mobile phone, and no distraction at all. So you can really focus, because remember, erotic hypnosis also is focus. So we want your mind to be extremely focused on the lover's words and just indulge into the experience. And once you set up the scene, there is one person is going to be the hypnotist and the other one is going to be the receiver, right? So the hypnotist is going to learn how to use their voice in a more soft, slower, and more seducing way. That's very important, that you are slowing down and just finding, like playing around with the tonality, how you want to speak to your lover's mind. Usually the mind received. So even you can notice, I was very excited, enthusiastic when I was doing the teaching part. And then my tonality, the voice completely changed. It even mellows your mind right now. Maybe if you've been ever hypnotized by me or anybody else, you already falling into trance state, you already start feeling going deeper. It's maybe even hard for you to stay focused, and that's totally normal. So finding your voice is very, very important. And the third little tip is to start using descriptive language, meaning don't just say go deeper. That's a great way. So if you don't know what to say, usually it works, just go deeper. Just amplify that feeling. Just feel more, because this is what we want, right? To come more, experience more. So go deeper is always great, but you want to use descriptive language, meaning I love the way that my hands touching your ears and the soft skin. So be as descriptive as you can, feeling, experiencing, smelling. So use all the five senses that you can come up with. So your lover's mind is completely engaged, focused on your words. Because the one that you can keep them into trance and focus when you are talking. So you're talking very descriptive, very vivid image. They can say good thing also, imagine or notice or feel. Those words, they're really triggering the mind that, wow, okay, something happening. And you have to keep them engaged also in the process, because if they lose the track, meaning they lose your wording, or they like, oh my god, did she or did he say this, they fall off. So you have to be very careful, and you that's why it's also important that before you set up really like what is a no-go. Maybe they have a certain wording they don't like to hear when they are under or where they are relaxing. Okay, so these three tips that you can always try to set up the scene, talk about the boundaries, talk about the wording that they want to receive, talk about the emotions and the intention of the session, use your hypnotic voice, and also to use descriptive language that they are speaking directly to their subconscious mind. So if you practice this, or if you want to learn more about how you can begin your erotic hypnosis with your lover, I'm just working on a new course that's coming out in March. So it's going to be amazing, a 4-week journey where I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize your lover and how you can begin to use erotic hypnosis in a practical level so you can spice up your sex life. So every detail is in the show notes and you can look it up.